here's another video. So I have finally gotten around to actually working on these two ceiling fans, and as you would notice in the title, it says I replaced. Well, this is not exactly what the title would say. I don't even know why I'm mentioning the title. I never really do, but anyways, I replaced these two ceiling fans. Old light kits. I replaced both of their light kits because the other two were really rusted out and the screw holes were stripped for the to tighten the screws onto the globes. So I got that problem fixed. I bought two new light kits. These light kits, the globes included in two extra light kit pieces, so I can pick a color or a finish or anything like that. And one box was about 20 bucks. So these two were about 40 bucks combined to give both of these a complete light kit. I could have gave both of them a complete light kit with just one box, but I got two because I don't want to have one finish and one of the other. They give you 3 of one finish. I mean, they give you 3 finishes, just one of each finish. And I can show you guys what they gave me. So they came with this white one was put together. So I had to take the white one apart. It's actually got the stickers on it too. Then they gave a silver one just like this, and the black one's just like this. The white one was the only one put together, so I had to take apart the white one and put it together with the black ones because I think the black ones looked better on there. The silver one probably would look good too, but you know, if you really look at it, it kind of looks off. So the black ones look best on there, in my opinion. And here's the old socket from one of them, and the old pull switch. These two were wire nutted together in series. And I think I'm going to use this pull switch to replace the one in that fan right there, the white one right there. I'm probably going to put one of those light kits on there too, but I don't have a globe for it. I'm going to modify the connectors. It has connectors, but they're both totally different. So it's for a very rare light kit out there, I guess, or a certain light kit that's just made for it. I guess that's the beauty of Craftmade. It has a specific connector for a specific light kit. So when I took this one apart and got the thing on there and put it back together, I tested it. But surprisingly, I go to test the motor, and the motor doesn't run. So I ran into a slight problem with this one right here, and it turns out that the reverse switch is really clumsy. You have to push the reverse. If you're going to flip the reverse switch, you got to flip it and push it up or down in that direction, because it's real clumsy. It's one that's positions exact, basically. It wants to be all the way over to this side or all the way over to this side. It's really hard to get it perfect. So yeah, so here's the old socket. I think it's from this one. I'm not entirely sure though. So this ceiling fan right here is Hampton Bay, very old, and that one right there is quite possibly a earlier model of Hampton Bay gazebo. Not entirely sure, but I think it is a Hampton Bay gazebo. I can make my other Hampton Bay gazebo look just like this one by taking the light kit completely off and swapping the light kits. And I can make it look pretty cool. And make this one look like the nowadays light Hampton Bay gazebo. So these two you can definitely tell are old because, well, this one you can see the aging in it. And they're no longer sold ceiling fans unless you go on eBay or something. But there are no longer sold ceiling fans just like that. At least by what I think. And this one right here doesn't even have a reverse switch. It's a non-reversible ceiling fan. It's got a 4.5 flywheel though. It's only got 2 speeds and it's got 2 different capacitors in it. I don't know why it's got 2 capacitors, but it's got one of them cylinder capacitors than the standard capacitor you see in ceiling fans. So let me show you one more thing, and it's enough with the rambling and get on with this demonstration. Just going to show you guys this a little here in a second. I'm not going to write a description on top of any of this. I'm probably going to say a few things in the description. I don't want to end up repeating what I just said, so... I mean, can you guys tell me if you guys really look in the description, at least the ones who comment? And I want to see if I'm really typing the descriptions. I literally type a whole paragraph in the description. So can you guys tell me if you're really reviewing the descriptions? Maybe I can give myself a break on the descriptions. Maybe I'm writing a whole paragraph for no reason. I'm not sure. But if you guys do, then I really appreciate it. But I think I'm going to take a break from writing long paragraphs in the description. I'm just trying to get my point through and stuff, which is probably going to get annoying eventually, so I may not write long descriptions anymore. So this is the other old socket from this one, I think. This one was the easier one. So yeah, this is the old socket. I was actually able to put this one together. So this one will probably end up going on that Craftmate over there. It'll probably end up going there because I can take the little knob out of the switch cap and put it in like this and unscrew this bolt right here and screw it in and mount it to that. I'll have to just modify the connectors. I'll have to snip the connectors out of that one and just put it into stripped wire like this, and then that one will officially have a light kit that I can attach to it when I want to. And I'm also going to put this backup pull switch that I salvaged from this. This one didn't tear apart as easily, at least the old piece. Let me show you guys the old pieces. I know I've been rambling, but there's the old pieces. This one was the first one. No, this one was the first one I worked on. So this one went with that fan. This one went with... No. This one went with that fan. This one went in this fan. So, yeah. This one's the one that I took apart. I was able to take them apart completely and transfer it to this one. And they gave me extra screws and wire nuts, as you will see here, in a little plastic bag. They gave me even a new... They gave me a bunch of backup pieces. They gave me extra screws, so I might use those extra screws in this one. Or I might just I might just take out these screws right here, I'm not sure. I think I'll just keep the screws in these for history because these are old fans. They date way back. I think they're both from at least the early 90s or late 90s, early to late 90s. At least somewhere in the 90s. They're definitely not 2000 fans. So yeah, these are both the old pieces, and they both got different stickers on them. I'm surprised. One sticker's the same, but they don't... One has 3 stickers and one has only 2 stickers. And the one that has 3 stickers, you can actually see more of the coloring on the top. It looks like brushed nickel. I'm not sure. Looks like they would be closer to silver, which is what this would have been, but I think this silver is a little too shiny. And this silver is going to end up going on that one, like I said, so... Yeah, I'm going to put this pull chain in that one, because I broke the other one. This piece where you screw the nut on broke. So... I was going to take it off, but And if you look behind him here, you can't really see, but they're both, well, you can see a little bit. They're both wired up to one plug. So I'm able to operate both of these. And this is just a 2-prong plug, but I got the 2-prong plug plugged into an extension cord, which does have a ground. But the problem with that is that the two-prong plug does not have a ground system in it. So anything past the extension cord, if any of that shorts out past the extension cord, I'm in a dangerous situation. So they both work now. That one's got noisy bearings. And as you remember from my live stream, I discovered that the ceiling fan goes high off, low off. It's a 2-speed on a 3-position pull chain. I don't know if the second capacitor's got anything to do with that, but there's definitely something there. It's not a 3-speed. What I don't understand is why would you make it have 2 off positions? Why not have the speeds go down until it goes off? That's what I was confused on. So anyway, here's the box. Oh, got it from Home Depot. Can't hold anything right now. I'm making this video late at night. I'm gonna probably upload it tonight as well. Yeah, there it is. See, you can see the 3 parts, and this proves that the white one was the one connected together. It even shows the globe was connected to the white one, and these 2 were just options to replace, to kind of take the oops, there, kind of took the camera with me when I went to go scratch my arm. Anyway, let's go ahead and start these up. Well, start the lights on. So they have a delay start. If I get up close to this one, you might be able to start to see. Yep. Unfortunately, they came with LED bulbs. I'm not a big fan of LED bulbs when it comes to old fans because, you know, the old fans are so used to having incandescents. I'm probably going to keep these with incandescents. And you guys wouldn't realize how strong these sockets are. These sockets can take bulbs over 60. These sockets can take a bulb that is a little bit over 600 watts. That's a really strong socket. Not sure if you would put anything that gets real hot within the globe, so I don't think anybody would do that. So as you can see, I didn't shut one off or anything. They're both wired in series. And here's this one on. This one's the quiet one, except this pull chain in the way. And surprisingly enough, let me show you. Surprisingly enough, I didn't think the string pull chains existed anymore. But apparently they do. They even gave me 2 little pull strings. Literally strings. To attach to those. And it even has a little bell. Which is crazy. I didn't think they would have these anymore. But apparently they do. These are really precious. So apparently it's a traditional thing to put those pull strings on these kind of fans. Or on these kind of light kits. So apparently it's traditional to do that. My grandma's old fan even had one of these light kits, and it had a pull string, so it even had the same pull. So I think the string pull, the string decorative pulls with the bell at the end, I think that's traditional for these kind of light kits. And they're outdoor light kits too. Well, they're now outdoor light kits. So I'm gonna go ahead and start fiddling with the. I'm gonna go ahead and start messing with her. I know it sounds like a weird noise when I moved the camera just now, but that's really just my bed. My bed's really annoying. But anyways, now that tapping's gone, see when I push it just with regular, well, it reversed to that time. Okay, but if I go back up, see, that's what it does. It runs into that capacitor failure. But it's really not failed. See, look. Now, if I push it in either direction, it'll start to move. It's in that capacitor failure position. But then, once I push it up just a little bit more, it starts up again. Yeah, now it's having that issue where it doesn't know what to do, so So yeah. Maybe go ahead and turn it back around. Oops. Oh, okay. Definitely not the first time I broke one of those off. It's not broken, but definitely not the first time I pulled one of those off. Remember when I was doing that video over at my hunters over at my friend's. I know I said Hunter, but that's his name. I don't mean to mention his name in my YouTube channel, but he probably doesn't mind. But yeah, when I was doing that video over at my friend's grandma's house, inside, I broke one off of that ceiling fan that looked like a Incon, I guess. A Heritage Hunter, whatever. There we go. There we go. That's back on there. So, I'm eventually going to do a video individually of both of these with their blades on them and everything. I only have one set over here. I think my other set's over at my grandparents' house number 2. My main grandparents' house, anyway. So, I'm going to do a video of them with the flush mount canopies on them. Here in the middle of my room, I'm going to have them running. Hopefully they don't wobble so much. I mean, these motors are amazing. They've stayed in some decent condition over the years. They really don't look too old. They look about at least 10 years old, even though they're over 20. This one's got some rust on it. Surprisingly, the gazebo has a little bit more rust on it. That one's just yellowed out due to sunlight. They're both yellowed out. Pretty much most old outdoor ceiling fans get yellowed out due to the radiation of the sun. So I'm going to turn all these on their highest speeds real quick. Then I'm going to go unplug it, which you'll probably see me over here right around here unplugging it. Just going to unplug them at their full power so that way the capacitors discharge. That one's really loud. It looks real cool in camera. Look at that. You can see the little holes going all over the place. That one looks cool. This one looks cooler than that one. That's low speed. It kind of goes a little weirder. Alright, so all those ceiling fans are noisy, but here I go. And we have blackout, so this one's still spinning down. Out of the two, this one has the best bearings, so. Now, time to break down the light kits, take the globes off and the bulbs out. I don't keep the bulbs in the ceiling fans when I'm storing them. Nor do I keep the glass on them. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me go ahead and start breaking these down. These are really precious ceiling fans. Can't have them bite the dust now. They've lived on. I mean, they've had a good life, but I don't want... I feel like it's a little too early for them to go. At least while they're in my hands. They couldn't have fallen into any better hands than a fan collector like me. Or any of you guys out there, so... Ooh, okay. Glad that didn't just fall over and break. These are some stronger globes. See, here's the light bulb. Ooh, it's nice and toasty from being on that long. Nice light bulb, 9 watt. They like you saw, they have a delay start, which is pretty interesting. I want to start using these fans as outdoor fans one of these days, but we don't have a back patio or front patio to use these, so they would have to be testing rig ceiling fans only, or just installed at a grandparent's house or something. Which the Hampton Bay Gazebo is currently in that spot. I'm gonna take the Hampton Bay Gazebo down soon because they're thinking about moving. So I'm gonna have to take all my ceiling fans down and put back up the originals. I get to have my ceiling fans back after like almost a year without them. The gazebo has been up longer, but I've taken the gazebo down 1,000 times testing ceiling fans. It's time to take the gazebo down for good and put back up the old fan for good in the same condition that I found it in. Not the exact same. There's going to be a few things missing. Like the light bulb was burned out in it. And it had the pull switch nuts here, but I only left the pull switch nut on that controlled the fan. So it's quite stupid to install an indoor ceiling fan outdoors. But it's what they wanted to do. And it's not the best idea. I agree with that. It's not the best thing to do, but apparently it's what they wanted to do. Their mistake. The ceiling fan was already on its last leg. It's a weathered motor. The motor never spins. Sorry, my head was probably in the camera there. I'm just going to talk to y'all a little bit while I assemble these. Alright, there's my testing plug and the wire nuts with it. I'm just going to cap those off after I get done here. So, put all this stuff in the box behind me, and the light bulbs in the box. Now these ceiling fans are waiting for testing for a video to test them what they look like with the blades on them. I haven't even seen it myself, so it's going to be something new for both of us. There we go. They are now in my closet. I'm going to put these globes up carefully. Hopefully not clanging them together like I just did. That really ruins them. Well, it doesn't really ruin them, but it puts them at risk of being broken. There we go. Alright, please excuse the mess in my room. There they all are. There they all are. Like a little huddle house in here. Just a little, once again, showing you guys my closet setup. There we go. I mean, I may not be the most professional ceiling fan collector, or at least I'm not as good as a Warren fan guy or Russian Fazbear or anything like that. I know I'm not as good as them in my setup and stuff, but I'm getting there. As you can see, I even have my own closet. That's a little scent thing, because this closet never really smells good. It smells really smelly in here for some reason sometimes. It's real humid in here too sometimes. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, but even when I got all the humidity out, it got humid again. I've used my fog machine in here sometimes. And yes, it is being propped up by a Flavacol box. That's the secret popcorn seasoning. But, yeah. There's all my blades, stacked sort of neatly. Except the Bluffton blades, they're all over the place. sort of. And the stray blades. That one blade is the original to this Craftmade, and those two blades go to the ceiling fan, the old ceiling fan that is garbaged. I parted the ceiling fan out. I even took the capacitor out of it. And there's the motor housing of it. Right here. That's the motor housing. And an industrial type motor. And let me go get the capacitor. So, yeah, I'm going to be aimed up for a while because I got quite a bit of a mess over here to clean. Alright. My container of ceiling fan screws and stuff. I keep all my stuff sort of organized. There's one of the old strings to the, oh, that's the new string. This is the other string. It's unraveled. Alright. The capacitor is in here somewhere. There it is. Alright. So here's the capacitor. It's a 3-wire capacitor. Blue and black wire, and on one side a blue and black wire, and on the other side is just a black wire. So it's a pretty small capacitor. Pretty lightweight too. So I'll never know what I'll need this capacitor for. I just bought a new capacitor too. I bought a new capacitor when I noticed that malfunction in that ceiling fan right there, because I thought the capacitor literally died on me, but good to know it didn't, but it's also good to know I have a capacitor on hand now. Good to know I have a capacitor when I need it now. So here it is, never out of the bag yet. It's a, y'all can't see that. There we go. It's a 4.5 microfarad capacitor, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm not sure if I'm reading capacitors right. I've heard something about microfarads, so I think that UF there is microfarad. 4.5. So I think a good portion of these ceiling fans take 4.5 microfarads capacitors. I think this one takes it too. Yep, 4.5 microfarad. So that's a replacement capacitor for this one too. But this one doesn't have a failure, so that means this one also has the same. Possibly that one. Definitely not the Littletons. The Littletons have different capacitors. That one might have it. No, that one's the one that has the cylinder capacitor and the standard. That one, maybe, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that one's the one I got the replacement for. Duh. But, and here's the Bluffton. Let's see what kind of modern capacitor this thing has. 250 volt, 5 microfarad. Huh. Pretty new there. Alright. I know I need to get the light kit back on there so it's not, the wires are not hanging out like crazy. I've never looked at this one yet. This one might take it. Might this one. So, anyways, I don't know about that old one back there. None of my ceiling fans have a failed capacitor yet, so I don't have a capacitor to replace yet, but at least I know I have a good capacitor on hand. I at least hope all the 4.5 microfarad capacitors that I have in ceiling fans here, I at least hope they're all 5-wire. So I have not really looked into that one's capacitor yet. That one's a little bit younger than these two. This one might be around the same age as these two. I haven't really looked at this one. This one doesn't have a sticker for the date, I don't think. So, yeah. So this one right here is a Craftmade. But I really need to see how many ceiling fans do I have that have 4.5 microfarad capacitors, 5-wire. So that way I know how many ceiling fans I have a replacement capacitor for. And I know where to get the replacement capacitor for. So that one's got the most newest capacitor. These other ones are so old. All these ceiling fans except the Bluffton is well over a year old. And the newest, the second newest other than the Bluffton, is probably one of my Littletons. I think it's that 2008 Littleton right there. At least I think so. All that right there. This has been a 30-minute video, and I'm just showing 2 new light kits. So this may not have just a title of a the title may not just be simply replaced the light kits on 2 outdoor ceiling fans of mine. It might be I don't know if I should still name it that. I think I'm just gonna name it that way anyway. I don't have a good name for like keeping the video longer than 30 minutes. You might get confused why the video is longer than 30 minutes. It's already 31 minutes. Not sure how much filming time I have. So yeah. I might do some reviews on each of these other ceiling fans, on the capacitors and stuff. Maybe not. Let's just say I made this video long to make up for the time of my absence on YouTube lately. I've been absent for quite a while actually. My videos are getting more and more spaced apart. The most spaced apart video was the video before I showed the new house and the video after. So yeah, the new house finally gave me a reason to do a new video, and now I have a little bit more reasons to do another video. So anyways guys, I'll release some more videos, most likely on those 2 ceiling fans with their blade. Not at the same time, but in 2 separate videos. Yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching.